Still don't know if this is a program that's going to be an hour that's going to be renamed for a new quarterback in the near future. Well,
you will have no problem. Rats off a ship.
I'm not going to listen. First of all, you want to know something? It's not rats off a ship. It's not rats off a ship.
You know what's funny? Here's what you do, right? You are a rat on a ship, right? You're going to stay on that ship. You're secure. Everything's toasty and warm. You got all the food you want. And then you hear a ship horn. And so you look out the window. You're like, wow, that ship is nicer than mine.
Way nicer.
Rats off a ship.
Maybe our ship will get some upgrades. Maybe we'll get a new
hey, rat deck. Friends. Tobin is out, and you jump.
Guys, let's go.
Yep, that's what you're doing.
The Vince Beagle rat. He's already left.
All I'm saying is this: you were the biggest Tua guy.
Yep.
Tua didn't have a bad rookie season.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
No.
It's debatable.
Robbie, there's numbers supporting this. Him compared to other quarterbacks in the same
if you
situation.
put the context of the numbers, he's like the second worst in yards per attempt. That's your favorite stat, Leroy. Like, yeah, he's got the completion percentage, he's got the 6 of 3, whatever, but he's checked out Charlie. So the numbers can lie. You can put all the fancy stats out there you want, but this guy is a bum. When push came to shove, game on the line, chance to get into the playoffs, he pooped the bed, and he had to throw the ball down the field.
He's a rookie.
When he had to throw the ball down the field, 3 interceptions.
Poop the bed.
He's a rookie. Like, you guys don't give – he's supposed to be Aaron Rodgers right away. He's supposed to be Drew Brees right away.
Yeah, he can just be.
Let me ask you a question, Tobin. Here's what drives me crazy about both of you knuckleheads. This right here. Why do you keep giving Bob Bobrovsky a break?
Great question. Here's why. Sergei Bobrovsky has one of the great goaltending resumes to date.
Not here.
Doesn't matter.
Who cares what you did 4 years ago and 3 years ago? Who cares?
If you told me that Tua had a rough year, but he was also 2-time MVP, all right, I'll hear you on. Let's get him new weapons. You know, Bobrovsky at least. Now, listen, I mean, this Quinville yesterday.
Tua hasn't had success?
In college, if you're telling, like, I'm not using Bob's Russian success.
Oh, now it matters.
I'm not, like, using his success with the Putin team.
Okay, but again, Tua gets no break. I don't understand why you giving a guy that has done nothing for your team all the benefit of the doubt. But with Tua, who just got here, you're folding up shop. Like, we're moving over to the suburbs.
My daughter gave the biggest fist pump yesterday. My daughter was so excited for the Panthers season starting yesterday. She goes, "Oh, Bobrovsky again." I said, "Actually, he's not playing tonight. Driggs is in goal." She goes, "Yes." Gives the biggest fist pump.
You're the only guy. You're the only one.
She goes, "Name one good thing that you like about Bobrovsky." I'm like, "What?"
Yes, his accent. Like, his accent. That's it, Sophie. Your dad is a sucker for accents. That's it.
Dude, I'm so excited. Did you see that the Pinks are hiring a bloke as their head coach?
Oh,
I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Do you understand that your thinking is flawed here? Really? Especially in hockey?
Driggs was amazing yesterday. He laid
out. Of course he was. You know why he was amazing? Because he wasn't Bobrovsky.
Robbie, do you have
that's why
you have Quinville after because the Panthers kicked ass in their debut? Oh, Quinville. You know, I thought we were gonna get out of there. And then one of the last questions about Driggs' performance and the Drieger Beaver yesterday with his Mandalorian helmet. This is the way. He only allowed 2 goals. He allowed 3, but they overturned one because they were offsides. That was an incredible thing. I wish that thing was the prettiest goal of the night, but it was legal apparently. I don't know the hockey rules. But Drieger was fantastic, and the Panthers rained goals on the Blackhawks. Revenge game for Chicago, who fired Quinville, and Quinville was appreciative to Chris Drieger.
I thought he played very well. I think that what we saw last year, his composure, his patience, and that confidence and poise that he seems to play with in a big game right off the bat, first game of the year, has an opportunity to start, get the net, and he did what he had to do. But he looked big, he looked patient. Big factor in tonight's win.
Hey, he always throws in a big line.
Always.
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 Hey, you know what I picture Quinville? If Leghorn Foghorn was human, not talking underneath his
I tell you, if we had that Russian in there who's like 4 inches shorter, if he tried to dive and glove save that one, that's a whiff.
He said, "Ooh, now that's a goalie." Come over here. Hey, all right, I'm telling you. Hey, why though? Why are you like? Look,
that's my guy.
You don't owe Bobrovsky nothing. Regardless of what you have done, what you've done got you here and got you the money. But if you suck here, then that's a whole nother conversation. Who cares? Do you care what he did for Columbus?
No.
Okay. And so you still back in it. There has been 1,000 athletes come through here that you've been rats off a ship for better performances than what Bob has done.
Let me see him a year without Matheson here.
Here, let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
Who was worse at their job, Ryan Tannehill or Bobrovsky?
Which year?
Any year.
The Geno Smith year, Tannehill was worse.
Okay. Okay.
Geno Smith.
That's where you got to go. You have 7 or 8 years to pick from.
You told me I could pick any year I want.
Fine. See, Robbie? See, Robbie? He is backing this guy, right? For no reason.
That's my dude.
You're not backing him for anything he's done on the ice. Nothing.
Go ahead, Robbie.
Which is brought to you by the Orion Fuels downstairs at convenience stores. Truly steps beyond convenience. So, gentlemen, the C's started barking yesterday. All the reports saying that Deshaun Watson may have played his last game with the Houston Texans.
That franchise earned it.
Man. Ah, we got a pod.
I'm in. But damn it, I like the Dolphins.
Oh,
hey,
man.
Here's the thing. You know why this story carries so much with it? Because it's Deshaun Watson.
Of course.
Right? Like, there's been people who have been disgruntled. For example, James Harden.
Yep.
Remember all the stories came out with James Harden?
Same place.
Right? But I'm just saying, he did this. He wanted this way. He's a prima donna. He thinks he can do this. He doesn't show up for this, whatever. He does all these things, right? Try to make him look bad because he's disgruntled.
The only thing,
you can't do that with Deshaun Watson.
A disgruntled NBA star. I mean, what is it, a Tuesday? Like, that's this is a disgruntled NBA star. The only thing that was a little unique about the James Harden thing is he was able to get out of he got to go where he wanted to, and he had a lot of years left on his deal for a guy of his caliber.
Right.
But the Deshaun Watson thing is fascinating because he is a bona fide star quarterback. You want to make him top 5, top 7, whatever. He is a star quarterback in his prime. Not even really in his prime yet. Like still just scratching into his prime.
Mm-hmm.
Just signed a big contract and wants out. That's what's fascinating about it, because we've never really seen this where a guy is at this point in his career, at this point of his contract, and is trying to get the hell out of a disaster of a franchise.
Can I introduce you to the Houston? Can I introduce you to the Houston Texans though?
Oof.
I mean, there is nobody saying Deshaun Watson is being selfish. He should do this. He should, nobody. Everybody is like on board with, man, that organization is terrible.
Yeah.
And that's what never happens. Because you think of all the other disgruntled players in any sport.
Pendergast.
you can always go back to the player, or the team will always say something about the player to try to put him out there. And they can't do it with Deshaun Watson. That's what makes this very unique.
I think I think the thing that really shook it for me was when Andre Johnson came out, because he hadn't tweeted since March, and he felt the need to publicly back, the only guy in the Ring of Honor for the Houston Texans, obviously beloved down here, but is also beloved in Houston, right? I'd imagine by Texans fans. Never says anything. We've only seen him.
That's what I'm saying. He doesn't talk.
We can count on one hand the times we have seen Andre Johnson's feathers ruffled, and one of them was punching Cortland Finnegan, and the other one was this, and he's going to bat for the guy. We heard from Sean Pendergast last week. He goes, "Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you. All the fans are pissed at the organization. They're not pissed at him." So I don't know, man. We'll get into some more of the details. We're up against it, so we'll get into some of the details, including perhaps a member of the Miami Dolphins showing themselves in regards to what they want in the locker room.
Are you all in now, Deshaun Watson?
I don't feel like I've been all in now. I feel like I've been all in since these rumors have popped up.
Like you honestly, no, you're not going to be honest about it, because you're going to leave yourself some wiggle room.
No. Because last year when the Deshaun Watson stuff was happening with the whole DeAndre Hopkins, and he was upset. Now, reportedly, that upset was at a 2. He's now at a 10. But I told you last year that I was in a trading for Deshaun Watson before he even signed his contract. I just,
we were talking 4 first-round picks.
Yeah, the normal thing the normal thing happened, which is, a young NFL star quarterback, he ends up getting his contract, and I don't blame him. Gets his money, and then he figured, okay, that drama's over. But apparently it is not. It is not. It is not. Apparently, so this was the report yesterday from Chris Mortensen and Adam Schefter. ESPN reported multiple people in and around the Houston Texans organization believe Deshaun Watson has played his last snap with the team. Sources told Adam Schefter. A source close to Watson told ESPN's Chris Mortensen that the firing of Jack Easterby, he's that little finger, that snake who went from the chaplain to the VP of football operations, would not resolve the issue, saying that Cal McNair, the Texans owner, Cal McNair, would have to fire Cal McNair. And I have heard a press conference with him. He sounds like a beach. There is a growing consensus within the NFL, according to Mortensen, that Watson will force his way out, and the Texans believe that he will command a high compensation package in a trade. This is the juicy part for us. A source close to Watson told Mortensen that the Dolphins remain a prominent as an acceptable landing spot because the quarterback likes the culture observed under Miami head coach Brian Flores, and there's no state income tax in Florida, which I'm sure helps with a big old contract.
And Deshaun gets to pick where he goes.
Yep.
Yeah, because he had a no trade clause.
He's got a no trade clause. There are several franchises monitoring the events surrounding Watson if he becomes available on the trade market, league sources tell Mortensen.
I
bet you they are. Now, a lot of people were in on this yesterday. Like Robbie was saying, a lot of people were touting the Jets yesterday, saying, oh, the Jets. They got
he ain't going to play for the Jets.
But Mortensen was quick to point out on Twitter to say, the place you guys should be watching is Miami. So, what am I to do with that, Leroy?
Do what you always do.
Robbie, give me a ring. Hey, new Texans GM who's up against it in your first gig. This is Chris Greer. How you doing?
Wait, why are you swaggering in? Why? How you doing?
Oh man, and let's not forget.
Was that a whale shoe? Was that a whale phone?
Yeah, it's a whale phone.
You only use that for whales?
Only whales.
So
whale.
Wait, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
You didn't use that phone for Harden.
No, I didn't.
You use it for Oladipo.
Hello?
No. That's not no. You gotta no. Wow.
Deshaun Watson.
Rats off a ship on
no rats off a ship. We just talked about him 10 seconds ago.
All right.
But Deshaun Watson wants to come to the Miami Dolphins, essentially. He wants out, wants to be on the Dolphins. No other team mentioned. He's got a no-trade clause. All right? Won't lose any of his bucks. Wants to be on the Dolphins. Loves Brian Flores. You know, sees an opportunity. This is like, how do the Dolphins, how are they not having red alerts all over the organization right now to talk about this?
Because you convinced them they have to love Tua.
Hold on. That's not my fault. I didn't know this situation was going to be a situation. I thought it was over. Once he signed the deal. This is what happens in the NFL. Every time the young quarterback takes the money, stays with the organization, no matter what.
Well, keep in mind, let's also look at it this way. Unlike the other sports, there is a protection plan for the organization if you don't take the money. So you might as well take the money. You're almost forced to take it because you can be franchised for 2 years.
Exactly.
So you like, once that big contract comes around, you can't say, no, I got 1 more year to free agency. I'm going to wait. It doesn't work like that in football.
That's why everybody waits for their second contract in NBA to demand a trade. Like, nobody does it with their rookie contract. You're going to get a restricted free agent. You're not going anywhere.
Right.
You know, I mean, it can be bad as far as in terms of relationships and whatnot. You know, like, Gordon Hayward comes to mind, where he left the Jazz because they never offered him a deal when he was restricted free agent.
Right.
But with the quarterback in the NFL, the only time I remember a whiff of this was Russell Wilson when there was some Giants rumors.
Yeah, but that's pandering for a contract. I mean, we don't like, and the stories and whatever you hear are all fine and dandy, okay? But eventually a deal gets done.
Yeah.
So like all those situations where, oh, well, I'll just go play here. Oh, this team looks hot. Oh, and then all of a sudden the team you're on seems to mysteriously find the extra money to give you.
Yeah, the only other time is I remember Andrew Luck. He retired, and they were even talking about going to get his money. They're like, should we go get his money? He's so sweet. We'll let Andrew Luck walk.
Nah, you know who tried to do that? Back in the day, Barry Sanders, when he retired, he tried to give his signing bonus back. And the league stepped in. The Players Association said, no, do not.
Didn't the Lions try and get Calvin Johnson money back?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Like, you can't think about that. You have a job. You finally get the big money. And if you don't, they going to try to take the money back? It's crazy. So that means Calvin Johnson, you saying Calvin Johnson and Barry Sanders couldn't retire. And it's ironic that it's for the same franchise.
Yep. So, new trash franchise, the Texans, who also, by the way, have rumors that J.J. Watt's, you were going to hear some J.J. Watt public stuff that's going to come out where he's upset with the organization. He's going to request a trade as well.
Who wants him? 4 to 6.
Oh, I don't know.
Never played.
Probably go to Detroit. He could be with Blake Griffin. They could play video games together.
Well, they might hurt their thumbs.
Yeah. Holy smokes. He had a broken back, torn pec. Like, geez.
Well, so yesterday, Field Yates, after these tweets from Schefter, he tweets a picture of Deshaun Watson in a Dolphins jersey, and Dolphins linebacker Vince Beagle. You might not remember him. He's on the Dolphins. He tore his Achilles before the season. He tweeted the old Jack Nicholson from Anger Management, the old approving nodding gif to Deshaun Watson in a Dolphins jersey. Now, Vince Beagle, he tried to delete the tweet. However, damage is done, my friend. The internet does not forget. Nice try.
Screenshot.
Oh, yeah. Screenshots galore.
Well, here's the other thing.
Damage is done, my friend.
Wasn't he the guy talking trash about Tua?
Wow.
One of the unnamed sources?
We don't know that. But somebody did change his Wikipedia yesterday. This is great. Let me get this.
How does Wikipedia work where randos could just go and change the information?
It could be up there quick enough before
I did that with Pat Riley one time.
Did you really?
Yes.
What did you change it to?
I put it to some massive. I forget what it was, but I remember him calling him editing his Wikipedia page to make him an ingrate rat bastard.
Jesus.
Jesus, Robbie.
This was several years ago. Obviously, it wasn't now.
Robbie, jeez.
Rough night. He probably had a rough night of gambling. He's like, I'm taking it out, editing Pat Riley's Wikipedia.
There's obviously post Dwayne Wade.
Shouldn't there be more protection on Wikipedia?
It goes away in
Everybody
24
just
hours. It goes away.
It was so funny, though, because I was looking this up yesterday where I was trying to just see, like, well, Vince Vigo, I don't even remember him playing last year. And so I just went to his Wikipedia, and the first thing you see when you pulled up his Wikipedia yesterday, because I'm sure like Wikipedia is backed up. When are they going to fact check on Vince Beagle? It says Vince Beagle, American football linebacker for the Miami Dolphins of the NFL. He played his college football at Wisconsin. And the next line is, he was one of the 3 anonymous sources used in the Miami Herald article written by Armando Salguero, stating his displeasure with quarterback Tua Tagovailoa.
Hey, like,
which is obviously not true. I mean, maybe.
Hey.
It was just hard to believe. Why would Armando talk to somebody who didn't play last year? He was out. Once I remembered, Vince Beagle, or once I read that Vince Beagle was out for all of last year, I immediately ruled him off the suspect list.
Well, sometimes you don't care who it is. You just don't want somebody to say it.
It's so funny, man. He's out here deleting tweets because he's like, and look, he's a natural reaction that any fan would have. The only problem is he's a coworker.
Right. I mean,
hey, Tua, nothing personal.
Here's the deal. If there's anybody on that team that feels that way about Tua after this shorter period of time playing, isn't that do something to take away from their credibility because they don't understand that position?
Certainly. Like, a lot of people were assuming, there were people assuming Mike Gesicki or Devontae Parker, or as our texters refer to him as Blamonte Marker, for his snitch name. But if that were the case, man, that would be low rent for the rookie seasons those guys had. I mean,
right.
Nobody believed in them.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how unaware are people that they could come out, especially on that team, they could come out and have any conversations of, we think Tua sucks.
Speak from the heart.
When there's only a handful of guys in the NFL, period, that can say my rookie year was awesome. I'm a hose down everybody.
If people found out who this was, what is that like in the locker room? Because I saw yesterday Lynn Bowden put on his Twitter account, like, he was very upset that fans pointed the target at him. He goes, he's like, me and Tua have been lockstep since day one because they came in as rookies together.
Right.
They were at the combine together. And so he was very upset that somebody accused him, which I found weird that anybody would accuse him because it was one of Tua's favorite targets, it seemed like, was Lynn Bowden.
Right.
But either way, if people found out in the locker room that such and such person was the anonymous source or one of the anonymous sources to talk to Salguero, what happens with that guy in the locker room? Like, are they just annoyed with him? Or are they legit pissed? What happens to that person?
They'll be, well, first, like, you could get called out in a team meeting. Like, some coaches will get up there and say, hey, if you got something to say about your displeasure or whatever, then, be a man and own up to it and say it, inside these walls. He said, but none of you guys are coaches. You don't know what the conversations are. So for you to be critiquing or grading somebody else's, success, why don't you worry about your own? And what'll happen is and some coaches will flip the script. So if they know a guy had been talking trash, they'll put his career on the line. What have you done? You know what I mean? Like, some people will call you out like that. Some of the players will go to him and say, hey, man, we don't do that. So if they find out, he'll be dealt with accordingly. If it is Beagle, right? When was he drafted?
Where was Beagle drafted, Robbie? You remember where Vince Beagle was
I don't
drafted?
think he was drafted.
Oh, okay. Well, guess what? You think he should be out there talking about Tua?
Let's see.
He could be gone.
Beagle. Let's see. I wonder if his Wikipedia was changed. Nope. Yeah, it is gone now. So that's he was round 4 in 2017.
2017.
By the Green Bay Packers.
So he was drafted by the Green Bay Packers and then let go. And then
let go.
I think he found his way onto the Saints. And then the Saints
found his way onto the Saints, and then he was on the Dolphins this year, tore his Achilles.
Right.
He did play last year with the Dolphins.
2019.
So you think that guy should be? And that's pretty much, like, especially if a vet is a supporter of Tua, they'll come out and say, hey, man, well, what are you doing? What have you done? Right. So there's ways that guys handle it. Some guys will do it on the down low. Some guys will just go say, hey, man, we can't do that. Some coaches will do the same thing and then kind of they'll address the individual privately and then go in the meeting room and then make the statement like, hey, man, you got something to say about what we doing here. You're more than welcome to come talk to me, but it stays within these walls. And then that guy may go and try to talk to the coach, and then the coach cut him.